Hello guys, welcome back. We'll be doing episode 3 recap of Bridgerton season 1 part 1, Forces of Nature. So let's get into it. After Colin kisses Penelope, he has a wet dream about her. Which, for me, I feel like things have been moving too quickly. For example, I didn't mention this in the episode 2 recap, but after Penelope reads Colin's diary, he like smashes a cup on the floor, sort of by accident, and then cuts his finger, and she helps him, and it's like made to seem like a romantic moment, but I was not feeling it. Like I just personally was like, I don't get this. And then this episode it begins with the wet dream, and I'm just like, I feel like things are moving too quickly. Penelope's loved him for a long time, so it's not anything to do with her. Like her acting's fine, no problems there. Like Nicola's amazing. But like I don't even think it's Luke's fault as much as the writing, because Colin hasn't really delved into his feelings about Penelope. And I don't know, it seems strange to go from like I cut my finger and she helped me to having a wet dream about her after having a kiss. It seems strange. I feel like it's being rushed. As somebody who writes too, I'm not even sure how I would have like done it to make it kind of seem like a smoother transition, but maybe I wouldn't have included this dream like straight after he got the finger. Maybe I just have him like looking at her from afar and something like that instead. Like it really does seem like it was rushed. Anyway, moving on. Cressida, who's trying to get married because she's basically in the same position as Penelope, is trying to marry Lord Devlin, who's also got his eyes on Penelope as well. He's a vegan and he loves animals a lot, so he eats vegetables. And he's kind of an awkward guy, but he's wealthy. So both women are trying to go for him. And I wanted to mention, Cressida and Penelope are so similar, and they could be best friends if they both didn't have trauma. Let me explain. Cressida has trauma because her family is very emotionless and non-loving, and it's affected her in the way that she behaves. And then Penelope's also been affected because her mother had never loved her either, and she's also been affected by that too, which means she kind of became a wallflower. Cressida did the opposite, but they're more similar than they could imagine, and maybe in part two they might possibly become friends, especially because Eloise has now befriended Cressida. If she decides that she's okay with being Penelope's friend again, I actually see the three of them being relatively close, especially if Lord Devlin and Cressida actually do end up getting married. Lord Devlin does seem like a good option for Penelope though, at least in episode 3 when I was watching it, and then after a while I kind of disagree with that because they're not in love with each other. But at the time when I was watching episode 3, I thought maybe he wouldn't be that bad. And also, I didn't think it was fun when Penelope was trying to kind of compete with Cressida because she wasn't being herself, which she later came to Lord Devlin and was like, I'm sorry, like I was not being me and I just want to be honest with you, which I'm glad she did. She's opening up a bit more this season, and it's nice to see that I can analyze her character a little bit more because she's opened up a bit more as well. And then we meet Lord Lady Danbury's brother, who I'm not even feeling good vibes from him. I don't know if any of you have watched Princess and the Frog, but you know, like the evil witch doctor or whatever its name is. He literally gives me those vibes, and like he needs to stay away from Violet Bridgerton because he literally scares me. Like no. Also, Benedict is having like this age gap relationship with this lady, and I don't like age gap relationships, so I'm really not feeling it. Especially knowing that she's not endgame anyway, so I can't stand that little side plot line anyway. So it kind of annoyed me. And I haven't talked much about Francesca. Francesca is just trying to find love, and she loves music. So she's pretty much trying to find a guy who she can speak to in a language she understands. And her mother has, tried to get help from the Queen to kind of help Francesca get married. So let's see how that kind of turns out. But yeah, that's kind of it.